Hey, 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 lovely ones. So today I've deliberately left the washing in the background because you know what? It got me thinking. I just was doing a live Instagram feed with a friend of mine who's a personal trainer and coach. And I just thought my home is turning into, well, it's the home with washing and the usual things that we have at home, but I've got a tripod for my iPhone. I've got a whiteboard, so I've got like office, light. So let me ask you the question. Does your home feel different? I think for many of us, especially if you're homeschooling as well, that our homes are feeling maybe more cluttered than usual, right? And one thing I know is important for the well-being of how we feel mentally and physically is that we want to avoid living in a lot of clutter, because the environment of our home becomes how we feel in our mind. So if our home is very, very cluttered, then our mind begins to feel probably stressed, actually. So I'm personally, I've got better, but I'm personally pretty good at getting rid of things that I no longer need or use. I'm a real big fan of Marketplace. So if you can find somewhere to sell things, particularly kids things, like I've got Oliver's bike seat, which he used to cycle on the back with me, that I don't really need it now. And I'm going to sell it. So that would be my first little tip would be sell and get rid of things in your home around you that you no longer use, even if it's clothes. This idea of really moving, recycling things back into the world, particularly with the focus on the environment and our planet, the little bits that we can do rather than have tons of stuff in our surroundings that we no longer use, that they're not just sitting there. Energetically, we begin to move things and recycle and re-establish things into the world. Yeah, so that would be tip number one. So I've left the washing. It was just a bit of a crazy day today. And any of you also running a business where you are using more social media and doing videos, you'll know it's getting the technology and our homes turning into everything from film studios to office to homeschooling. So yeah, I'm with you if you're feeling your home is a little bit chaotic. So in terms of my in terms of my passion and love of keeping us feeling well, so this also is my dining table. Just it's a crazy old time, isn't it? But it's interesting because I sense that we will start to evolve our homes and create our homes in new ways, new spaces. So yeah, in terms of well-being, keep your home as best you can, find spaces for things when you're not using them, if it's office stuff or whatever you can do to feel relaxed in your home, as we're much more in the home. Yeah, so that was my main point today. And I just wanted to remind you, those of you that don't know me, actually, let me remind you of the things that are important to me, my passions that I bring in my work and everything that I'm doing. So I have a love for holistic well-being, holistic health, we could say, holistic healing. I also love health and fitness. I'm an avid mover in different forms. I love plant-based food. So yeah, interest in well-being and our health as a real big umbrella for me. And then I'm interested in personal freedom, so how we become free in our self, personal freedom, and that takes on a few different contexts and subcontexts in that one. And yeah, anything else to add? So health and fitness, well-being, holistic healing, our spirit, our soul, so kind of spiritual teachings I love. And I said personal freedom. Yeah. Okay, so that gives you a little update, those of you that don't know me. And how I'm going to end out this Sunday newsletter, this video that I'm streaming to you right now, is I'm going to do a little short meditation with you, just to create some space for you to tune into on this Sunday morning. And a very quick reminder that the link is up for our Tuesday 12 p.m. Zoom classes, which I'm loving. Come join me. You know, it really gives me excitement, because those of you that know me from my yoga journey as a yoga teacher, it was a real wrench for me to stop being a yoga teacher and stop holding and hosting that space for the community that I had grown and come to love dearly. So this feels exciting, because even though we're online, it feels similar that I am just starting the wave and movement of building a new community of not teaching yoga, but teaching stop movement, which I love, which is really fun, with music and some form of meditation and tuning in to our instincts and our inner knowing. Okay, so let's just close out with me, if you're able to close your eyes, and let's just rest our hand on our chest area, and we'll take the sound of Om, which is the universal sound, the familiar sound from the yoga system. So take a breath in. Om. And keeping your hand in that area of your chest, relax the area of your chest, so you can use the touch, the contact, to soften. You'll feel it's an area of muscles, of also bone. So see if you can relax as much as you can the area of the chest. And let's focus on this morning meditation. Let's focus on the flow of giving and receiving. And what I'd love you to do is tune in for yourself. Pay attention to which one feels more challenging. Is it the part of giving? And often we find it difficult to give because there's a conclusion that we haven't even got enough for ourselves. So how can we give a lot to others? So just tune in with me. Or does it feel like receiving is the more challenging part of that flow? And trust what you feel, trust what comes up for you. It might be both, it might be equally challenging, the giving and the receiving. You might find one is definitely the more challenging for you personally. And so use for a moment your breath. So you're giving your breath out to the surroundings, and you're inhaling to receive the breath. Letting go. So you're inhaling, taking in the breath. So you could feel it like as if you're receiving the breath for all the benefits of the oxygen into your body. So inhale to receive, and as you exhale, let go. And just switch hands if your hand gets tired. So inhale, taking in, and exhale, giving back, exhaling. And even pay attention to your breath. Which part of the breath feels more challenging? Is it the inhale, the receiving of the breath, the intake of the breath, or is it the out breath, the exhale, the breathing out, the giving back, the letting go. Because when we give something, there is a part of letting go. That we're trusting, we're giving something we can't control how it's received into the world. We can't receive how somebody receives it. All we can do is follow that movement of giving. And we can't control what's coming back, yeah? So use it in whichever context comes to mind. You're giving value to your clients, or you're giving love to your partner, or you're giving love to your children, or you're giving your purpose out into the world. And what's coming back, sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's hard to receive. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to swallow. Sometimes it's hard to take. But if we stay in this flow, we don't get knocked off our balance when things maybe punch us, either here or here. And it's not taking things personally sometimes. So bring both hands now onto your chest. Close your eyes, and with me, pay attention to your breath. Softening your breath. Softening the control of the giving and the receiving. More free, with your heart, with your courage, with your bravery, with your joy. With your integrity. With intention. And just for a last half a minute or so, I'm going to close my eyes. You close your eyes to join me. Relax your legs as you sit. Pay attention to that area of your chest. Keep softening, keep relaxing. And then place your hands down. And whichever aspect of the flow, the fluidity of giving and receiving, whichever felt the most challenging, frightening, difficult, blocked, can I dare take courage to nourish that part of the flow? And consider one action that you could do today to begin to gain more confidence in one of those aspects, whether it be the giving or the receiving. Close your eyes, see what comes up, what you could do, an action. Excellent. And we'll just close out today's short session. We'll put our hands at the heart center, and we'll complete with the sound of Om, either listening or together. So, share with me if you would like. Tell me what action you're going to take. Just hit the reply. Tell me what action you're going to take to become bolder in your giving or your receiving, or it might be both if it feels both are blocked or struggle, or there's a struggle with them. And I look forward to hearing. And I'd love to see you in the Zoom class. They're all free for the rest of January and February. Bye.